Hi, Tim O'Brien doing the closeout video for No Code for Creative Africa from Fund 5. So you haven't heard from us for a while. We've been tracking by budget and not by time, and that was just a decision we made early on because of things like network connectivity problems and so on that delayed us. So we've developed a product using it's a metaverse-based product, a low-res metaverse-based product to track shipments. This has undergone quite a bit of usability testing, and we've trained both in our previous product and in this current product, and we're starting to train. The project isn't over yet. We're continuing, but we're closing the proposal now. So we're going to continue to train on this metaverse based product, which we find so far is very, very, very much an improvement over systems that our previous system and other systems. So early on, we found out that through manpower for training became an issue for us unexpectedly, and we started something called no-code hackathons. So no-code hackathons differ from hackathons in two significant ways. One is that they're not time-boxed. They can run for months or maybe continuously, eternally. And second of all, you're not looking for any expertise. No code implies that anybody can participate. So these no-code hackathons bring together the stakeholders, whether the farmers, the shippers, the marketplaces, other participants in the marketplace. And they come together to learn about food traceability systems and to develop the standards. And that's very critical, because if you go out and you get a supply chain management, food traceability, they will come with standards and technologies and integration endpoints that would take even an experienced engineer a long time to become familiar with, weeks or months. So the idea is to be bottom up, and these no-code hackathons will actually create the standards that's used in that region. So we came with a product, a no-code product. We tested it, and we underwent some trainings for some individuals with it. We found that it was adequate, but particularly for audience that included people, individuals, farmers who didn't have the opportunity to get an advanced education. We found that there was a lack of experience in Web 2.0 websites, much like there was in the rest of the world when the internet came on and year 2000. You didn't see these advanced interfaces for like tracking products or supply chain management or e-loans. They were pretty much simple pages with form entries. So what we found out through extensive and iterative development of interfaces and usability testing is that a low-res metaverse actually increases the ability of the farmers to understand the process that they have to go through, the steps that they have to go through, and the steps that their produce goes through after it leaves the farm before potentially they get paid. Where we have we went back to the drawing board. We built, using our no-code metaverse builder, we built a low-res metaverse for true traceability, and there's a link in our document to this product. And that was actually, we went back, we trained, we did more usability testing, and the results are much, much improved. So we claim that as a major victory. So where are we at now? So the project is not going to end. There are farmers now with growing crops that have signed on to use this product to deliver their produce to the market, and we're trying to meet their demand on the other end by talking to restaurants and marketplaces, spot markets. Could be restaurants, hotels, even a local marketplace. So we're trying to see how we can use the certificates that the Kenya government is actually provide us, to use them to take it to these individuals and say, look, there's a guarantee of safety to this food, so how much more are you willing to pay on this? And we ran a Facebook poll which showed overwhelmingly that people, citizens who are or purchasers of food, will pay a premium for organic food or for food that has been guaranteed that it's been hasn't used poisonous pesticides, etc. So we've determined the market is there. So we're going to connect the produce to the market, the farmer to the marketplace, across this supply chain. All the tracking is done in metadata on the Cardano blockchain, and hopefully we've now using through another proposal, we're now allowing the documents that the government provides after testing soil, we're providing them to the customer, or rather letting the farmer reveal them to the customer directly, rather than owning them in the supply chain. So as a product dependent on farmers, when we did the new iteration, we had to go now work with a different crop. So I think in the next maybe 2 weeks, we'll have another crop, and we can then take it from the farm to the shipper, to the warehouse, to the market, and provide the traceability at each of these segments. So yeah, still committed to this project. We really believe it's the evolution that we've undergone here, working with feedback directly from farmers who are small segments of small areas of land, small farmers. I don't think too many people have actually gone there and considered them as stakeholders in an application. And of course, the benefit here is that when you bring in a large supply chain from IBM or one of the major suppliers, they have enormous leverage over the small farmer. And typically the small farmer gives up some of his income for the security of fronted payments. But with this, one of the benefits of this process is this is bottom up, so the farmer can create their own supply chains if they want to. They can get together and create and use the same supply chain, and then have leverage to go talk to a superstore. But it also means that this technology, food traceability, which is pretty much out of the reach of anybody without deep pockets, can now be used to improve the food safety in a small village, 2 or 3 farmers delivering to a local market. The technology is there for them to stand up their own server and connect and build the supply chain, feed it in, define the metadata that describes the product and the shipping deadline. And that's important, because when you talk about food safety, it's a big issue on European tables and U.S. tables, but the reality is that it's a massive issue. People many people are dying and getting seriously ill near the source of the food. But again, the big supply chains, they're addressing the table to farm, or sorry, farm to table, where they're interested in the large superstore or the overseas customer, not the local customer. So I think that's one of the big benefits that we feel proud that at least we're working towards the solution. And I think the other thing I want to say is that we're working from the other end as well. So we're working on paperless cross-border transport. So right now the farmer gets like 3 cents on a dollar for his crop, and that's a lot of middlemen between him and the table in Europe or in US or anywhere. Working with Singapore government and other entities, we're working on this paperless documents. And if you do this, and if we can make these paperless, you're one step forward to having the farmer in the local area describe his produce in his local language, use his local descriptions, and then along the line interpreting it into a packing list and bills of lading, and being able to automate a lot of the process, which eliminates the essentially tax of the middleman. And eventually, hopefully, you can think about the ideal world where the farmer sends his food, ships his food, and there's no agent, there's nobody, or there's nobody between him and the customer who eats his food. So that's an idealized scenario, but right now we're all the way at the other end of that scenario, and we can, every time we make a step, we inch closer to that. We actually increase the farmer's share of the produce. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank WADA. I want to thank Amelia. I want to thank the farmers in Ghana. I want to thank Cardano Catalyst team, and we had a couple rocky times there, but I think we're making good progress. I think what we're doing is a task that people have been attempting for years to do, and I think we have made significant progress in that direction. We're going to continue working on it, and the benefits and impact of increasing the income of the small landholder farmer is incalculable. It provides its income to provide sustainable farming techniques, reduces poverty, reduces the possibility of famine. It's going to reshape makes food safer, reduce the instances of food poisoning in local communities. It's going to increase the safety of food on all our tables. So again, thanks everybody, and we're enjoying it, and we're going to keep plugging, and you'll probably see a follow-on proposal soon. So that's it. Take care.